Alright, Bloodstar. Now, Bloodstar is actually a very good indie movie. It's a psychological thriller. If you like those kind of movies, this movie is for you. First off the bat, the only downside of this movie is the phone calls sound a little AI. That's it. The phone calls sound a little AI in the beginning. In the end, it sounds like real phone calls. But they sound like AI to me. It stars this girl named Bobby. And she's driving through the desert to get through New Mexico to get away from her boyfriend because her boyfriend punched her in the face. And yeah. And she's driving through the desert and she goes to the gas station, meets up with the sheriff who is the local sheriff. And she didn't call him or anything. He's just there just because. And he's very creepy. And how do I explain this? So she leaves the gas station. He's being very creepy with her to the point where you're like, you need to leave. So she leaves and she goes on her merry way. And then, she's speeding because her boyfriend and her sister are making her angry on the phone, which you're not supposed to drive angry because then you'll speed. So she speeds, drives past him. How he got way ahead of her, I don't know. But he pulls her over and he cites her with speeding and damage of a police car. And she didn't throw anything out of her car and didn't damage his car at all. So he's trying to extort her for a few things. And he asks for $1,000. She doesn't have $1,000. So he compromises and says, do you have $300? And she said, that's all in my bank account. I can relate. And basically he's trying to extort her and play games with her because after he lets her go, he waits on the cliffside for her to go back to the gas station and get some money. But the gas station doesn't have any money. Small town problems. And then she drives back, doesn't see him, so she just keeps driving. And he's on the cliffside with his sniper rifle, and he's like, there she is. I'm going to snipe her taillight out. So he snipes her taillight out and pulls her over for a broken taillight. And then takes her phone and says, oh, you've been using this on the road, haven't you? Well, I'm going to take it so that way you're not distracted. And I'm like, he's playing mind games and little by little trying to extort her for everything. And then she drives off and she's like, okay, whatever. And she drives off and he stands in the middle of the road, points his gun at her tires and shoots her tires out and she screeches off the road. And afterwards she has to walk 10 miles to the diner in the desert, which of course she looks like shit afterwards. But this movie is perfect for an indie movie, an indie psychological horror. People that don't have money made an indie film that was really good. The only downside is the phone calls sound like AI. That's it. If you want to watch a independent psychological horror that looks like it was made on a Hollywood budget, to me, and the cop feels creepy. Like the cop is creepy. 7.5, 8 out of 10. I'll give it 7.5. Loses points for the AI voices, but go watch it. It's on Tubi and Amazon. It's a very good movie, a very good watch. I'm glad this movie was a good watch. I was praying that it was going to be a good watch. Go watch this movie. Perfect.